Welcome to Chapter 5, Vitamins, Minerals, and Water. This is one of my favorite topics within nutrition, and we are on a short chapter and the last chapter in part 1 of our textbook. In this chapter, we are going to be learning the difference between water-soluble and fat-soluble vitamins. We will learn what different vitamins and minerals do for the body, how much you should have, and where you can get them. We will talk about nutritional deficiencies, what causes them, and what happens when they are present, and take a look at high sodium diets, what the recommended intake is, and implications of a diet with too much. The last three objectives I generally tend to pay a lot more attention to when I research different vitamin and mineral sources. The first, finding ways to retain the content that is in food when cooking. Next, determining when to take supplemental vitamins and minerals. And last is probably one of the most important, learning the recommended intake of water amounts and the function water has in the body. As we've been learning, vitamins and minerals are essential for our body to function. Scientists began discovering vitamins in the early 20th century and assigned letters and numbers to unknown properties in food and later named them vitamins. Vitamins are organic compounds, so they contain carbon and are made from plants or animals. Vitamins are either water soluble or fat soluble. Water soluble vitamins can dissolve in water but not in fat, and generally they are not stored in the body. Fat soluble vitamins are dissolve in fat but not water, and they can be stored in the body's fat tissue. There are 13 vitamins, 4 fat soluble and 9 water soluble, which are listed here on the chart. Each vitamin's designated letter is based on its original discovery and chemical name. Vitamins may have more than one active form and be assigned different chemical names. This chart shows the different vitamins with the primary functions and deficiencies. Vitamins are called micronutrients, and our bodies only need a little bit of each one. Macronutrients would be the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, and our bodies need larger amounts of these. Vitamins and minerals do not contain energy or calories, but they do help the operation of other nutrients. Some vitamins are coenzymes and activate other enzymes. When these enzymes are activated, specific chemical reactions take place in the body. This chart shows various vegetarian and animal food sources of vitamins. It is important to have a varied diet to obtain all the vitamins and minerals that are needed for good health. Minerals are chemical elements found in the soil or groundwater, and they can be obtained from both animal and vegetable food. Minerals are split into two categories depending on the amount needed by our bodies. The first category, major minerals, are needed in larger quantities, and the second category, trace minerals, are needed in a very small amount. This chart shows the different minerals with the primary function and deficiency. Here we show some good food sources for minerals. The next two charts show the dietary reference intakes for vitamins and minerals. So let's talk a little bit about what some of these vitamins and minerals actually do within our body. Vitamin A, that's going to help with our vision and general growth and development, reproduction, bone health, and immune function. The main function of vitamin A is to promote good vision through the health of the retina. The active form of vitamin A is called retinol. Vitamin D, the main function of vitamin D is to regulate the blood's calcium levels to maintain bone health. Our bodies can make vitamin D from a compound that lays under the skin, and sunlight activates the natural production of vitamin D. When sunlight hits the skin, this compound is converted into vitamin D and absorbed into the blood, and then it's activated into the kidney and the liver. Vitamin E is the antioxidant vitamin. It is needed for immune health and protecting the cellular membranes. And the primary function of vitamin K is to enable blood to clot, but it also helps with bone health. Thiamine, riboflavin, and niacin are coenzymes in metabolic reactions. Thiamine is needed for metabolism of glucose to other products used by the body. Riboflavin and niacin accept and donate electrons and are essential to metabolic activities of the body. Vitamin B6 is a coenzyme in amino acid and protein metabolism. It helps in blood cell synthesis, carbohydrate metabolism, and the production of the chemicals that carry nerve impulses in the body. Folate is required in the development of red and white blood cells, and vitamin C is an antioxidant and helps the body absorb iron from plant sources. Minerals are very important to regulate blood pressure. The deficiencies of potassium, calcium, and magnesium may contribute to hypertension or high blood pressure. If high blood pressure is in a person's genetics, having too much sodium may increase the likelihood of developing the condition. Minerals work to maintain bone health. Calcium is the mineral most recognized for its role in healthy bones and teeth. Osteoporosis is a disease that causes bones to become porous so that they fracture easily. The risk factors of osteoporosis are gender, so females are more likely to develop it than males, age, the risk increases as a person gets older, race, Caucasian and Asian women are at a higher risk, family history, so genetics may increase the risk, frame size, people with smaller frames have a higher risk, and medications, some medications can increase the risk. A person can help prevent osteoporosis by doing weight-bearing exercising like jogging or walking, decreasing or eliminating smoking and consuming alcoholic beverages, and taking the recommended amounts of calcium and vitamin D. Iron, zinc, and copper are important in the formation of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the active molecule in red blood cells. It is a protein that carries oxygen through the blood. When a person has an iron deficiency anemia, there is a lack of iron in the diet or a problem with absorption of iron in the body, which results in low levels of hemoglobin. In the food service industry, it is really important for us to understand what cooking methods will help retain foods, vitamins, and minerals. Minimizing cooking times will help preserve the vitamins and minerals. Steaming is the best process for preserving the vitamin content of vegetables, and microwaving and stir frying are also good methods. Minerals and fat-soluble vitamins are not as fragile as water-soluble vitamins, but even so, if you soak them, soaking them should be avoided to prevent the possibility of minerals leaching out. Storing food for an extended time or exposing them to air or light can also destroy the vitamins. It is possible to obtain all the necessary vitamins and minerals by following a healthy diet. However, sometimes supplements are needed. Often, healthy people choose to take a multivitamin to be sure they are obtaining all the vitamins and minerals they need. The multivitamin usually contains synthetic forms of single or mixed vitamins and minerals and should be taken with food to increase absorption. When a woman is pregnant or breastfeeding, she needs higher than normal amounts of some vitamins and minerals. Folic acid is needed for prevention of some birth defects and often added to prenatal vitamins. Iron is also usually supplemented, and breastfeeding mothers may give their infant vitamin D if the breast milk supplies are low. A person with iron deficiency anemia may be prescribed a daily iron tablet. Excess iron can be harmful, so supplements should only be taken when prescribed by a physician. If a person is dieting or restricting their food consumption, they might benefit from a multivitamin since they could be restricting their vitamin and mineral intake. This is the same if a person eliminates an entire food group. We already talked some about osteoporosis. Calcium and vitamin D supplements are prescribed for this. They might also be prescribed to a person who has a family history of osteoporosis as a preventative method. When a person follows a vegan diet, they are eliminating all animal products. It might be beneficial to supplement vitamin B12, vitamin D, iron, and zinc. As a person ages, they might lose the ability to produce intrinsic factor, which is a protein needed for bodily absorption of vitamin B12. Some abdominal surgery may also impact the ability to absorb B12. When this happens, a B12 injection from a doctor could help. This injection would allow for direct absorption into the bloodstream. Too much of a good thing does not always equal better, and that is the case with vitamins and minerals. Excess vitamins and minerals can actually be toxic. Usually toxic amounts come from daily consumption of vitamin or mineral supplements. When taking supplements, the tolerable upper intake level issued by the Food and Nutrition Board is a good guide to follow. This will show how much is too much with regards to vitamins and minerals. Water is the most abundant and important macronutrient in the body, making up 60% of the body weight. We have already talked about it being essential because it is involved in almost all the chemical reactions that make the body work. A lack of water causes dehydration, but you can actually have too much of it too. Excess water is called water intoxication. When this happens, there's too much water and not enough electrolytes, causing a shift in the amount of water in the cells. Both dehydration and water intoxication can be life-threatening. The adequate intake for water is 3.7 liters for men and 2.7 liters for women. I comprehend ounces easier, so for men, that is just over 125 ounces or almost a gallon, and for women, just over 91 ounces or almost 3/4 of a gallon. These amounts can come from food, beverages, and drinking water, but they will vary according to the activity level and exposure to high temperatures. Beverages that contain alcohol may also increase the need for fluids because alcohol is dehydrating. However, according to our textbook, beverages with caffeine that are consumed in moderate amounts are not considered dehydrating. I'm going to have to do some research and find out what their definition of a moderate amount is. I'm pretty sure my level of daily coffee consumption is probably outside of the moderate range. Thank you for listening to the Chapter 5 lecture. Please review the summary slides 21 through 34. After reading Chapter 5, please complete the Chapter 5 quiz and have a great week.